Hey, it's November like 14th. Can you believe it? It's already in the middle of the month. I swear it just started. I can't believe things are moving so quickly here in 2023. That said, we're leading right into winter. So, we're going to talk about 5 things you should do around the house to make sure you're just getting it ready to go for the winter months. Okay, so first things first, let's jump right into it. I would say the first thing you should do is test your smoke detectors and make sure that they are working properly. If they're more than 10 years old, get rid of those smoke detectors and get some new ones. Are they all in the right proper places? Do they have a new battery in them? Also, make sure one thing you might want to connect with over your family and your spouse, kids, whatever. Review your emergency plan for escape. If there is a fire, what are you going to do about it? Right? How do you get out of there? And always make sure you have a meeting point outside of the home. That's always very critical because what if you're in the front and they're in the back? Don't know what's going on. You run into the burning house. You don't want to do that. Okay, so first things first, get that done. Second thing, adding insulation, like strips of insulation to your doors. If you see any light coming through when you stand back from your door from the inside, then you've got a leak in that door. You don't want to have that because 10% of all loss of energy is through your windows and doors. So make sure those windows are shut, locked, and also those doors don't have any leak coming through them. Very common with homes with really tall doors because it's harder to get those things aligned perfectly, and making sure those thresholds are good, in good shape as well. So make sure those are ready to go and good. Third thing I'll talk about is your tree trimming. If you haven't trimmed your trees in a while and you got some really big ones, I've got some pretty big trees and my neighbor does too. His tree needs to get trimmed because guess what? It's touching my house. And once that thing starts to get a little bit of ice on it, who knows? You never know in Texas if you're going to get some ice. It's going to hit that. It's going to break on the house, might break the gutters. You never know what can happen when it comes to a really big tree. So you want to make sure you can address that as best as possible because having a big limb fall on your house ain't fun, right? Don't want that. Also, cleaning out those gutters, by the way, just clean them out. If you hadn't cleaned them out in a while, take care of that. Have somebody do it. There's a lot of cool tools now that can get them cleaned out. So that's a really easy thing to do because it's going to get more rainy. You're going to definitely need to address that. I'll just say also when it comes to trimming the trees, make sure that it's not touching also because the shingles, up there can get scraped off over time and that'll just wear out your roof faster. Number 4, check out your filter in your HVAC units. Why do you want to do that? Well, because in the winter months, you're going to have to start kicking on that heater. If you've got a gas heater, and even electric too, if that filter is clogged with junk and it pushes air through it with the blower, that dirt can potentially catch on fire. You don't want to catch that thing on fire. You don't want to spark anything in that HVAC system. So replace your filter. It's important. Go ahead and do that. As you know, the one thing I'll say about filters is don't use a super awesome one. I think using the cheaper ones are the way to go. Why is that? Well, if you buy one of those lifetime ones that you can wash out and spray out and everything, it's got a lot of extra filtration in there that can kind of clog up your airflow. Having airflow restriction is not a good idea. Make sure that you use something that is just really simply small and cheap and allows a lot of airflow. And just turn it over every month or every 3 months, depending upon what it tells you to do, right? That's going to be the best approach to get the most air into your house, okay? Number 5, make sure your sprinklers are off. You don't need them right now. Keeping your sprinklers on is only going to cause havoc for you now until it starts warming up again. Because if you get one night where it freezes and you forget to leave, you turn them off or whatever, and it's going to break the pipe or you'll slip and fall or whatever. So just turn them off, right? If you've got one of those sprinkler heads or a line that is broken and it's leaking, then yeah, you probably should address it. That's probably not a great thing to leave just hanging out there over your head because it could cause issues too. Okay, so those are my 5 key things. If you have any questions about this list or anything about your home or need to buy or sell a house or know anybody else that needs to buy or sell a house, once again, Justin Henry. I'm the broker of JH Real Estate here in the DFW marketplace. We hope you have an excellent day, and I'm going to get this ding. I keep blowing up today. It's a crazy day here on a Monday. Hopefully you have an excellent day.